25th of May, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua, which is Rashi.
Ready? Yeah. Okay. New Chumash. New Sefer. Okay. Okay. Mayor, are you ready to start?
Okay. It says, Vaydaber Hashem and Moshe b'midbar Sinai b'ohel moed b'echad lachodesh hasheni b'shana hashenit l'tzei tam me'eretz Mitzrayim le'mor. So Hashem spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai at the tent of meeting on the first of the second month in the second year after the Exodus from the land of Egypt, saying, okay, so Rashi says on this, wow, it's the first part of the whole sentence. Vaydaber b'Moshe Sinai v'echad lachodesh.
Right.
Okay, so it says.
This was actually on the 1st of Iyar. Iyar is the second month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Okay. So it says, mitoch chibatan lefanav. Oh, because of Israel's dearness to him, moneh otam, he counts them. Kol sha'ad, all times. Kishet yatzu miMitzrayim. When they left Egypt, Minaan, he counted them. Uve naflu be'egel, and when they fell at the calf, the golden calf, Minaan, he counted them. Leda minyan ha-notarim. Okay, so this was to know the numbers who were left over.
How many after the Chet HaEgel? How many were left?
Right. Okay. Ukesheba, and when he came, lehashrot shchinato aleichem, to rest his presence on them. Minayin, he counted them. Biachad b'Nisan, okay, on the first day of Nisan, Hukam Hamishkan, the tabernacle was erected. Uve'achad b'Iyar, and on the first day of Iyar, Minaan, he counted them.
Right. Now the question is,
might be good for.
Why did you wait a month?
We could put some of this back.
Why did you wait? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu wait a month, or Kosh Baruch Hu wait a month to count them?
Maybe he wanted to see how many of the Jews would accept the Torah.
Well, that's already been that they accepted the Torah at Har Sinai.
Right, but that was only, hold it, this was the second year, right?
Right.
And then, okay, yeah, so that's not a good answer. But it is strange that he counted once on the 1st of Nisan, then once again on the 1st of Iyar.
Right. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. It's a question that's been bothering me for a number of years.
Well, according to the Gur Aryeh, we read it in Rashi already. Where was it? Just trying to quickly find it again. Yeah, mitoch chibatan lefanav. That's what the Gur Aryeh says. He counted them so many times because of his closeness to them. It doesn't really give a I don't know, a satisfactory answer.
Let me check my translation.
I have a comment that says he did not count them immediately upon the erection of the tabernacle because in halacha, a dwelling place is considered permanent only after it has been inhabited for 30 days. It was only after Hashem demonstrated his love for Israel by showing that he had made the tabernacle permanent, his permanent abode, as it were, that he counted them.
Who does he quote this in the name of whom?
Biore Marai and Imre Sefer.
Okay. Just 1 second. Regarding the monthly and counting them, the commentaries propose various explanations. Seder Laderech suggests that the preoccupation with the construction of the dwelling, the offerings of the leaders, and the festival of Pesach meant that most of the month of Nisan was not available to carry out the counting. Malbim adds that since they were about to travel on 20th of Iyar, there remained sufficient time in that month to implement the counting and arrange themselves in formation according to their tribes. Okay, he just says more practical reasons. Okay. Very good. Let's continue. Pasuk base. Lou.
The'u es Rosh Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael the Mish Pichosam Leves Avosav B'mispar Shemos Kol
Leves Avosom. Leves Avosom.
Leves Avosam B'mispar Shemos Kol Zachar Legul Gelosav.
Gugulosum.
Legugulosum. Let's see. Take a census of the entire assembly of the children of Israel according to their families, according to their father's house. By number of the names.
Doesn't say the names, but by number of names. Kol Zachar. Every male, the Gugulosum, by a head count. Okay.
So let's see.
Now,
Rashi
translated to Su Es Roish, meaning take a census. It is true that is the sense of what it means, but the more literal translation means obtain the total obtain the total number. Okay.
Count them, in other words.
Count them, right? But it means this is used. Kisi sois rosh b'nei Yisrael, no sois rosh b'nei Gershon gamhe. This is a su'u in biblical Hebrew as the equivalent of kabel. And then that's what the Targum says, Kabilu Yoschushban Kol Knishta, right? Means receive. Receive the total amount, total number of all the congregation of the Bnei Israel. Okay?
Okay. So Rashi says, the mishpechosam leda minyan, to know the number. Ko shevet v'shevet, each and every tribe.
Right.
Leves avosam, mi she'aviv, mi shevet, mi shevet echad, one whose father was of one tribe, the imo mi shevet achar, and his mother of another tribe, Yakum al shevet aviv, will take his stand,
Well, that's interesting.
i.e., will be counted with the tribe of his father.
Right. Meaning lineage follows the line of the father. Even though actually Jewishness is determined by the mother, but which tribe each person belongs to is determined by his father.
Let's see, more Rashi. The Gulosam, Al Yidei Shekalim, by means of counting Shekalim. Becca, the Goles, a half shekel per head.
Right. It's interesting that Yashi uses the term Becca, which the Torah in Parshas Kisisa tells us as explanation of what a half a shekel is. Rashi used the term Becca rather than half a shekel.
Right.
That's what I want to make a point as well. Yeah. The Malbim points out over here that they actually were counted twice, or shall we say, through two different methods. One was b'mispar shemos. Everybody came along and he said, you come up to the, how do you call it, census officer, and he'd say, excuse me, sir, what's your name? So he said, it's the Lou Fritkis. He would write down Lou Fritkis. That was one way. And besides that, each person gave half a shekel. So this way, they were actually counted twice. But what is interesting is, we're going to see, as well, it doesn't actually say so over here, but they were not allowed to, when they made the head count, they were not allowed to be counted as a regular head count, but they counted how many half shekels there were. In Parshas Pekudei, right? They were not actually, each individual was not counted. Each person gave half a shekel, and they totaled how many shkolim were all together, and this is how they determined how many people there were. That's one way. Says the Malbim, there was another way that they made lists of names. Each person gave his name. And subsequently, when they had the list finished, they counted the list of how many names there were. As it says, b'mispar shemos. And that wasn't a problem to do so, because that's not counting heads. It's only counting names. The Malbim also goes into why there was necessary to do both, but that's a separate issue.
So then when they counted the names on the list, Did they
Yeah.
count them 1, 2, 3, 4, or did they say
Yeah.
something else?
That's the implication because it says b'mispar shemos. So it says great, by the counting of numbers, by the number of names. Okay, let's go on to Pasuk Gimel.
Okay. Let's see, Gimel. It says, Mi ben esrim shana v'mala kol yotzei tzava b'Yisrael tifkedu otam l'svotam ata v'aharon. Okay, so let's see. We've been from the age of 20 years and above, all go out to the army in Israel, and you'll count them
You shall count them
according to their
groups.
groups. Oh, you and Aharon.
Okay.
Oh, so tzava actually means group, huh?
Right? When you have the pasuk, you said Friday. You said it Friday night.
Right. That's
Okay?
true.
It's commonly translated, and all their hosts. Okay,
Right.
means all their
Okay.
groups.
Mhm.
Sava comes from the term litzvor, means to gather together, to
Oh,
make a group.
okay.
Sibur, where it's called
Right.
sibur,
Community.
means a gathering together of a group,
Right. Well, that's
a
interesting.
congregation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's one Rashi here. It says, Kol yotzei tzava, everyone who goes out to the army. Magid tells us, she'ein yotzei b'tzavar, that they don't go out to the army, pachot mi ben esrim, if they're under the 20 years old.
Right. Under the age of 20.
Under the age of 20. Wow.
It's obviously that the Torah was particular about it because only when a young man reaches the age of 20 has he reached the age of maturity. It says that only once he's the age of 20 is he culpable to receive a punishment in Hashemayim.
Uh-huh.
Is he culpable to the heavenly court?
Wow.
He was not yet 20. He's not mature enough to be fully responsible for his actions. He is he's yes responsible. I mean, he's considered responsible enough that he is culpable for anything to Beis Din. But as far as Din Shomayim is concerned, he's not yet culpable.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Right.
Yeah. Pasuk Daled.
Ve'itchem iu ish lamate ish rosh leves avosav hu. And with you shall be one man from each tribe, a man who is a prince of his father's house. Rashi says, Ve'itchem iu keshetifkedu osam. When you will count them, you.
Yeah.
There shall be with you. Nisi kol shevet vashevet, a prince of each and every tribe.
Right.
Let's see. Is there more Rashi? No, there's no more Rashi.
Okay.
That's it for the Rashi for Pasuk Dalet.
There is a Rashi. Yeah, that's what we did. We did that. Okay. Now, the next psukim are just mentioning all the names of the heads of the tribes. Okay.
Up until 16.
To 16. Let's go on to 16.
Okay.
Eile Kruei Ha'eda.
16 is Tet Zion. Okay. Eile Krui Ha'eda Nisi'ei Matot Avotam Rashi Fe Yisrael Haim. Okay, so let's see. These were called of the assembly, I guess.
These are the called ones of the congregation.
Called ones of the congregation. Okay. The leaders, I guess, of each their father's tribe. They are the heads of Israel's thousands. Wow.
Which means we had this in Parshas Yisro and other places that the judges of the Jewish people were divided into, how do you say it, levels of hierarchy. There were some who were in charge of 10 people, some who were in charge of 50, some who were in charge of 100, some who were in charge of 1,000. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says there were 600 ones who were in charge of 1,000, 6,000 who were in charge of 100, etc. There's a major question of which Tosfos deals with there, but we're not going to go into it now. Okay, but so the Pasuk's telling you that each one of these leaders of the tribes, these 12 leaders, was Talmud Chacham, a great. He was a judge. He was qualified, not just qualified. He was in the position of being one of the 600 leaders of thousands of Yisrael. That's what he says. Rashi Alfei Yisrael Hey. Each one of them was a leader of 1,000, was a dayan, a judge of 1,000, meaning he had 1,000 people under him. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see the Rashi. Now Rashi started question, what is this Kruei Ha'eda, which literally means the called ones of the community.
Okay, the called ones of the community. So Hanikraim, those that are called, L'chol Devar Chashivut, for each item of importance. Wow. She Be'edah. I guess what that concerns the assembly?
In the community. In other words, anytime there's a convention or some sort of meeting of the community representatives, they were among them.
Uh-huh.
So these are basically, that's how I translated, these are the community's representatives.
Ah.
Okay. Let's do one more pasuk.
No, I'm sorry. I have an appointment now. I'm going to have to go.
Okay, so we're almost there to everything. Okay, so we'll stop here and we'll pick up then tomorrow. But that's Hashem.
Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Fine, be well.